The property damage, the break-ins were just overwhelming, and we weren't able to pace it through.
It's a great neighborhood. There's space for more people, and it should be welcoming. This is an absolute us versus them thing.
Posters with messages like safety over fear, chanting. Tensions are high between two groups who came to rally in Midtown today. Residents living in the neighborhood voicing their safety concerns about temporary homeless shelters which have opened up in the area in recent months. Others in support of the housing program, saying homeless individuals also deserve dignity and care. The simultaneous demonstrations are over 3 buildings, the Roehampton Hotel and 2 former residential buildings on Broadway Avenue. The city took them over to house people during COVID-19. The latter 2 will shut down at the end of the month. The hotel, however, has been leased for 2 years.
This is about the crimes that have been happening in our neighborhood.
Local residents say there's been an alarming spike in concerning behavior, like needles on the ground and an increase in crime in the area, including the stabbing of a city social worker in one of the shelters a couple of weeks ago. They're also angry they weren't consulted beforehand.
Consult the neighborhoods, talk to them. How can we all participate? How can we improve it? How can we ensure that they're perhaps receiving life skills while they're here? Because, like, for example, there are empty commercial kitchens that could be used to provide training as opposed to catering being dropped off twice a day to feed them.
Toronto has a homeless problem that's par for the course throughout all of downtown. It's about time people wake up to the problem and demand their city councillors and even provincial politicians, maybe even federal politicians, to do more about the issue and actually come up with a long-term solution.
The city released a statement saying while generally they engage with the community 6 to 9 months before a shelter opens up, the pandemic made this impossible. They further add they are listening to residents and are taking steps to make people feel safe, including creating an outdoor space on the Roehampton property to give people a place to spend time outside. 33 security cameras will be installed, enhanced 24/7 patrols, 4 security guards on site, a team to pick up hazards including needles, and access to registered nurses and a physician are among the list of changes. Those at the counter-protest today were focused on highlighting the perspectives of people who reside in the temporary shelters.
They're terrified and they shouldn't be collateral damage because people are uncomfortable about seeing poverty.
Some guy came across the street and said the downtown shelters were dumping their problem people on us. They are calling people who are struggling a problem. It is a problem, but they should be helping instead of making them feel like they're less than human.
A virtual meeting will be held this coming Wednesday evening. The city will share its plans regarding the Roehampton temporary housing program and hear from residents in the community. In Midtown for City News, I'm Maleeha Sheikh.